right. So this is going to be a very intuitive video because I just thought of this concept. I figured that this would be a very fun installment in the Watcher's Alchemy arsenal for the viewer to participate in the correspondence of their own resonance field. So we are going to work together and create a template for manifestation. So this is something that some channels do, but they don't do it in this way. Now, this channel has a resonance field that is super powerful, super strong. And if you are corresponding with this content, that means it's part of your resonance field and you can correspond with it to manifest. So this is going to be really simple, but we just got to kind of lay out some ground rules. So what exactly are we doing together? What are we working together to do with magic involving our resonance field? Well, that is part up to you and part general in moving towards action and intention, using our action and intention to manifest things that are in our collective resonance field and for the resonance field of the collective itself. So we're going to do three things. We are going to lift up, consciously speaking, however that pertains to your story and how you interpret it. We're going to lift up the collective to inspire more awareness, conscious awareness, to awaken more souls and bring them forward to me, to you, to the collective curiosity that is propelling us in this new age to going up, to moving forward as a society. So however that interprets to you, we're doing that. We are helping each other. We are lifting up each other in the same exact way. We're not installing anything more into this than the most optimum clarity to find one's own awakening path on the quickening and to correspond with our resonance field through manifestation. We're lifting all that up. So I am lifting up what's in your best benefit. And then so vice versa. You are doing the same thing for me and this content. So we're doing those three things together. This is what the tarot tries to teach us through the cards, where it expresses two people working together, or three people trying to work together, or celebrating together. This is the epitome of that. And so this is going to be a fun exercise because you're going to see things actually happen. So that's the first thing we need to have is a mentality, and that's what we're doing, that this is simpler than we're making it out to be. It doesn't have to be much, just quick intention, knowing that this is the correspondence. We have to have an action. We have to actually move towards an action, and I'll get to that in a second. You'll need a journal. You'll need a spare journal, something cheap, or just whatever you have on hand, because this is probably going to be the start, if you've never done this before, especially if you've never done this before, to perpetuating more clarity, to more manifestations, and to more correspondence with what's in your resonance field. You'll find it popping in and out. So go ahead and check out my last video, go ahead and check out my videos from the past month that talk about the different exercises to go inward, to correspond, all those great things. I'm going to skip all that in this video. So you need a journal. You need that understanding of what we're doing, and that this works with the quantum element. This works with our quantum mechanics, our fifth dimensional, sixth dimensional, seventh dimensional, and up perceptions. Now we need to be very wary of things like fear, things like ego and desire, and things that forces that would be more manipulative in our mental thinking, our emotional thinking about ourselves and what we're trying to accomplish, what we're trying to manifest. if you are trying to manifest anything, it's probably best not to focus that in on the actual thing, because don't forget, we're trying to also lift everybody up. When we do this, when we action intention in this way, things in our resonance field become more clear. Now, when we kind of just focus on, oh, I can use this as magic to get me what I want, like say if you really want like a lover, or you really want like money in a car or something like that, I don't know, anything that might be perceived, anything that gives you that kind of twinge in your emotions, like, is this right? I mean, should I be wanting this? That needs clarification, because it shouldn't feel that way. Instead, look at it this way: if you want a lover, or if you want riches, it's more of a, it's in your resonance field because you deserve that in an exalted way. Oh, that's what you deserve. It's like a no-brainer. It's not a, oh, I really need to get this thing. It's that, no, it's there because it's reminding you that on an exalted level it's going to be there. So you need to detach from the thing and just know that that's there. And in all the manifestation techniques that you learn about on YouTube and everywhere, all the ones you pay for, they teach you this. So you really need to just let go, and you can use your journal to detail out the details in any of those techniques that you like. I don't normally put tons of details. It's more like this: the universe has already shown me what's in my resonance field, and because I was aware of it, I realized, oh, all these little details kind of accumulate together to form a manifestation that's coming once it's realized. Now, if you're trying to, manifest a person, you're not trying to manipulate someone's will. So we know we're not trying to do that. So it's just going to be someone that feels like they fit with you once they kind of get what you're about. We don't want to manifest something like we don't want to manifest anything in like a kind of like a distorted miracle where you don't do anything to earn this. So you have to be open, you have to action intention. We know that. You can't just hide away. We know that. So you have to do something to be able to get this person. So we got those and this applies to anything. Your resonance field will constantly show you things to sort of like pick at, do you want it this way? Do you want it that way? Do you want me to approach you this way? Are you aware of this in your resonance field? Are you aware of that in your resonance field? In your mental clarity, are you aware of the fact that when we come together, we're going to need to be able to work together. So how are you willing to work together? Do you have some beliefs that you feel that'll be red flags and full signs to not proceed and not be open? If I have a certain mannerism about me, a certain habit about me, are you going to be open in talking to me? Are you going to action intention the whole time, or are you just going to see me manifest into your reality and then all of a sudden just kind of wait and see what I do? And meanwhile, I'm just sort of like there being like, well, I'm here now. Are you just scared of, your own manifestations? Or are you going to actually try to find clarity in figuring out how this really pertains to what's in your resonance field, what it's trying to show you? Are you going to attach to it? Or are you going to run away from it? Is it going to cause fear? Is it, all these things need clarity. So just keep that in mind when we are trying to manifest, that we want to embody a higher dimensionality to where we are already complete as a person. And completeness, the feeling of being complete, resonates and reflects off of our core into the higher dimensions, where we can actually do something with it, where we are not ashamed, where we are not, or we're not working with shame and fear, and we are not, we're aware of everything that's negative. But we are not, these things do not rule us. We exalt all these things with us. They never leave us. This is why this is why when you get up there in higher dimensional perception, they tell you it just keeps getting weirder. It's because what happens is you're bringing all that negativity up with you. It just doesn't affect you anymore. You're using it in your co-creation to be able to express inspiration like this. that I have to know all these things that have affected me. I could not run away from them. How would I be able to teach them to the next? Or how would I be able to co-create in my celestial being when I embody those extreme higher dimensions and I am free of this body and free of this world, and I am really co-creating, creating societies of the perfect human, you know, that will all have their problems reflecting off of these traumas that they need to understand eventually, and the cycle of perpetuating learning. And you get what I'm saying? This is how life creates. So we're doing this together. So we need to understand these concepts. So the beautiful part about quantum mechanics is that you can come back to this correspondence, come back to this video anytime you want, and install the new energy. You can do it any way you want to. So now we're going to get into action and intention. So we understand the concept of action and intention, that it requires us to actually do something, and our intention must be in what we would reflect as pure, just in a general sense of speaking, a purity without this moral, this moral misconception. We know what will ascend everybody in the collective, ourselves and yourself personally, because you deserve to get everything you want too. So we're going to play with this and build this on this correspondence. So the reality of this working is that not only should we be able to see things in the collective getting better and more people becoming more aware, and that will call out to us in our own consciousness, a conscious awareness. It will interpret into a way. I'm not going to tell you how it's going to interpret, but it will reflect in your mind. You will feel it's a positive thing, and you will be propelled to write it down. Now, negative things happen too. So if you want to write those things down, fine. But your consciousness is trying to show you things that need to be clarified. So when positive things are brought into like a bright colored spectrum, and you can't avoid them, then those are the kind of things you want to focus on, and they have an interpretation, because we live in an archetypal world. And I'll make that video some other day, the interpreting an archetypal world. But for now, we'll get this concept this way. It should also lift you up. So that's an obvious, whatever, we already talked about that. And then it should lift up this channel, so you should be able to come back to this channel. The theory is, if this is real, and we're believing in this, and we're really working magic, and we're actually corresponding and doing our due diligence, then we should actually see this channel blow up, or in some way, like maybe say this video would get a lot of correspondence, right? So these three things we need to be aware of, we need to pay attention. So that's what we're looking for. So the action and intention. And so there are different avenues in which you can action and intention to correspond with your resonance field. And so that'll pop in, and you action intention for that. But then the correspondence that creates it for us as a collective resonant action and intention is this video. This is this template. So we're creating this together in this video. So you can very easily just give it a like. You gave it a view. Okay, so you're watching this, you're giving it a view. So that's great. You can give it a comment of any kind, and I'll kind of elaborate on this. You can put an emoji, you can put a word, you can put your experience. You can put your emotional value into the comment. Tell a story, inspire us in some way. Add on to the concept of what we're creating together. You can do anything you want in the comment section. Whatever you put into it is how it will expand in your world. So the more you put into it, the more it will expand, because the universe, with this action and intention, we are showing the universe how much we are committed. And so through my work, I am showing the universe constantly how I'm committed. So it's just never gonna end. And that's how it should feel. Oh, this is never gonna end. I am constantly committed to this. So my action and intention towards this builds to an endless giving spectrum, and opens up this gate to the quickening. So this is gonna be real magic when we believe and do this and work in this. And then you can also, because see, this is where this requires you to have watched my past videos, the recent videos, to get this, because what's in my resonance field is the concept of giving. Because the video when I talked about how the story of the subscriber giving, has a resonant light at the end of the tunnel. Even though it's sort of like a negative experience, sort of kind of, it was still giving. It was very positive, and it also has a resonant interpretation. So so that means the general concept of giving is in there. So adding it into this template gives you another avenue. If you want to participate by donating to the Crosswatcher channel that channels that giving energy, the tithing energy, because money is energy, and with that intention, it's not that you're losing or falling victim. I'm not asking you for money. This is if you want to take this step, you can get a taste of how high this will go. And so your completion, your commitment to it, the the intention of what you want that goes into it, and the lifting up of the collective, and lifting up of this this template that we're creating, the Watchers Alchemy channel. This can give you a really good avenue on how to get a taste of magic. And then, so the magic perpetuates itself when you are consciously aware of it and when you correspond with it. So you take it and you build on it, and you take it into your own world, and you build on it elsewhere. Or you can keep coming back and adding a comment, like, telling people about this. Oh, this happened, and then this happened, and this happened. This is what I expect out of life, because now I see the light. Okay, so you can keep coming back and inspiring us, and keep the views going up. Share the video is another avenue you can go into doing this, and proving you can go pretty big. You can create your own channel based around this template, and that will feed into the template. You wouldn't even need to mention the template, although if you did that action intention, you can see how that energy exchange, back and forth energy. See, we blossom like flowers consciously, like a field of flowers, and we clear out all the weeds in our life, the energetic weeds, when we act on our intention to expand. We can't approach this from a feeling of, well, this might work or this might not work. No, it actually, science and philosophy, and we can feel, and together, as a collective, we can feel secure in this age that magic is possible through higher dimensional perception, that it's a no-brainer, that our higher self is working with us in this moment, and our guardian angel is working with us in this moment to correspond with us, to do this for us. And it wants us to do this, and it wants us to figure out this formula, and it wants us to work together. Hence why in the past, which is no longer in the present, we can see the light now. We see why in the past man did not work together, and why it was meant to show us why in the ways they tried to work together, it created conflict and division in the ways that it does consciously. It creates tribalism, and it creates us against them. So it starts with going inward. So definitely watch all my videos, because all these videos work like the tarot. They are meant to kind of inspire you bit by bit by resonating with what your resonance field, or what God wants you to manifest into reality, working with all the dimensions, understanding them all, and understanding that anytime we fear something or we divert away from something, that is a force trying to get us to distract from our greater power. So working together is one way where we can actually take back our control of our sovereignty, and realize in the physical form, oh, I see how this works now. So watch this video again if you don't get it. Leave me a comment down below if you need me to expand on this. Otherwise, take some time, figure out how you want to correspond, how you want this to lift you up, in which avenue you want to get a taste, however you want to do. Or subscribing, obviously, is another way you can do so. And I think I've said enough. And now let the fun begin. Let the highest, optimum, most expanded potential of the collective, ourself, and this channel come to light and manifest in physical form. And so it is. Take care. My name is Ryan. This is the Watchers Alchemy channel. Catch you next time.